When I first started in cheer, I'd actually been a competitive gymnast my whole life. And I did competitive gymnastics from age 3 to I was going into high school. And my mom said, hey, this takes up too much time, so you should try out cheerleading. And I was initially a little bit resistant to it, but I went to a practice and I met my coach, and I was like, wow, this is actually really cool. So when I switched from being, fully focused on gymnastics, I became fully focused on being the best I could in cheer. As I graduated high school, I was stuck with a choice. I actually was a theater major, or that's what I wanted to go into college for. And there were not a lot of colleges that had theater and cheer. And so I gave up the goal of cheering in college and went into a different university. Hated it, absolutely, and I missed cheerleading a lot. I moved back to Oregon, went to the University of Oregon, and if it was not for the inadvertent knock on my dorm room door, which was my 3 high school teammates that said, hey, we're here for cheer tryouts. And I was like, you know what? I'll go. It was not on the radar, honestly. I didn't even know tryouts were going on. I think I was sitting in my room playing a video game, and there they were, and I was like, man, I missed this, I want to go. Made the college team at the University of Oregon, showing up for tryouts late, and it was kind of off to the races from there. I became just single-mindedly focused on being the best collegiate cheerleader I could be. Dove fully into coaching and training as well while I was also on the U of O cheer team. I can't even imagine where my life would be. I mean, everything in my life came from cheer. My wife, my staff, everyone who matters in my life all came because I do cheerleading. 2015 was the beginning, so we're actually on our 10-year anniversary in 2025 of truly dream camps. If you were to go back a little bit further, we initially started kind of the concept by taking our teams to the beach, and we would rent a house and we would train in the grass and have a camp experience, but we didn't have a facility. And a cheer parent said, hey, have you ever looked at the USBA, which was where I actually went to my college cheer camp. And I was like, you know what, that's a great location. It's out in the middle of the woods, it was on 45 acres, you stayed in cabins, cell phones didn't work, it was just a very unique place. And so I had reached out, I had some connections with them, and the next year we took our entire program. And it was amazing. It was a mess in terms of logistics, of figuring it out for the first time, having everyone there, bringing in all the equipment. So we did all of that, and it was a high school coach who actually came for her 10th year last week, who said, hey, can you do it for us too? And I said, let's figure it out. And the next year, a coach came and said, hey, you should do this for individuals. I was like, we'll figure it out. We were at the United States Basketball Academy for 8 years, and then unfortunately the owner died, and they sold to another company that decided to shut it down. And that location was pretty much the identity of dream camps. I mean, if you thought of dream camps, you thought of going to the woods and being in cabins. And it was a hard pivot of what are we going to do? We had just launched our camp in Florida the year before, so it was the first time we expanded outside the state of Oregon. I started reaching out and trying to find locations, and was lucky enough to I'd actually done a camp as an instructor here at Lewis and Clark College way back when I was in college. And I reached out, and they were very open to starting a conversation, and I came to the campus and walked it to meet our liaison and saw how stunning it was. And it was the first college campus I'd been on where I was like, this fits us. This fits our vibe of, still being kind of away from the world and just fully diving into our team and our sport and what we do. And so last year, 2024, was the first year at Lewis and Clark College. And then this is our second year here, and it's been amazing. Historically, we had to do 6 weeks in the woods because of capacity. Now we do 3 weeks in Oregon. In that 3 weeks, over 1,000 cheerleaders and coaches will come through our camp and get the opportunity to have an impact on their lives. I think one of the things that I always try to remind people, or I hope people recognize, is that like, we're a small business. I'm a single operator. This is a veteran-owned business that is out there trying to impact kids' lives positively. We're local to Oregon. We're not some big conglomerate owned by some massive company. We are a true small business that is in the trenches, doing the work every day, actively out, still coaching, still working with kids. And I think that helps frame our mentality towards how we build our camps and what we do for our athletes. We truly do listen. Like, when you're calling dream camps, you're not getting, some random person that is contracted from another country on the phone. You're getting me, or you're getting Jelani. You're getting people who are out there, like, doing the work, who are gonna listen and fix problems. One of the reasons we're as great as we are is we have amazing customers who tell us when we do things wrong and how we could make it better. And every year we change and evolve because of the feedback we get. So I think that's another thing that just makes us special.